Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you today. I was looking through the newspaper and I just saw something rather interesting on Yahoo News where they're talking about pro Trump wins a blue state, threatens GOP's hopes in November. And I find that kind of interesting because they're saying that these congressmen for like the 2 year cycles are winning. But then now the news is saying, and that's if you believe what they're saying, is that this is going to threaten the GOP's 2024 run for presidency. And, or even, no, let me retract that. Now, I think, and this is just me, and I'm pretty sure many people will disagree with me, but I just see a Republican clean sweep. Now, like it or not, Trump has his loyal following. And when he was president, he was under attack. For majority of his presidency, constantly attacked. And when you see Biden and how he is given a free pass on everything, people are looking at that. They are looking at the news and they're seeing that he's given softball answers. They notice that, like, what's going on here? He gets his wife and his sister confused. Do they have this man that may have dementia and they put him in the office as a puppeteer? I'm just saying what people are saying. And now people are looking and saying, I want to revote. I threw my vote away. I voted for Joe Biden. People are saying it. People are saying it. And I just don't see how the Democratic Party is going to recover from this when he is doing blatant things that are just straight out outrageous, that are putting us in deeper danger. And the Democrats are not pulling him back. They're not saying anything. They are mums. And the most part, what got me is AOC is quiet. She is quieter than a church mouse. But that's what I think. But the article goes on to say Republicans have found pro-Trumps. Okay. In Hartford, Connecticut, Associated Press. Republicans have found success in Democratic strongholds in Maryland and Massachusetts when they have fielded moderate candidates who could appeal to voters on both parties, with Democrats facing headwinds this year. Republicans had hoped that the strategy could pay off. Could pay off yet again. That's what they did last time, and they're going to try it again. And I think whenever Trump endorses someone, they get in. And now that Trump is going through all these issues that he's going through, his house getting raided, just have and people are teed off. You got people down there at Trump's house, Trump supporters, and now they're over there at the FBI headquarters in Florida. People are getting tired of this. And I think a whole lot is going to go down. But I do see if Trump, whether if he decides to run again or if not, I see DeSantis. DeSantis would be a strong runner. I just don't see what Democrats are saying. The only thing what Democrats are saying is we can't have Trump. We can't have Trump. Well, we have Biden, and what have we gotten? And matter of fact, where has he been? Where is he? And Kamala Harris, she's MIA. So who's running the White House? Who's running the United States of America? That's just my 2 cents. And the wild part is that I think I have been a moderate liberal. And the way liberalism is going, it pushed a definition. It's making me look more like a Republican or a conservative. Stop changing the definitions of things and leave things alone. FYI, in my opinion. but re- but Republicans have but Republican voters have nominated loyalists of President Donald Trump in several Democratic states, including Maryland and Connecticut, making the GOP odds of winning those general election race even larger. Longer. Massachusetts will face its own test next month as a GOP voter decides between a Trump-backed conservative and more moderate Republicans for the party gubernatorial nominee. It can't continue the former Connecticut U.S. Representative Chris Shays, a moderate Republican and a Trump critic, referring to the GOP choosing pro-Trump candidates. One of the things that will happen is that a lot of the Trump candidates who won the primary will lose the general election. Now that right there is a stretch because they're saying will lose. You can't predict that. You could only look by what has been going on, the pattern of things, and the pattern is whomever Trump backed 9 times out of 10 won the race. So I just see a lot of these Democrats who've been going for these extreme left-leaning policies are being pushed back. And the people are like, this is way too far. You have gone too far. So that's just my opinion. One thing that would happen, one of the things that will happen is that a lot of the Trump candidates who won the primary will lose the general election. And there are a lot of unhappy Republicans who hold office now who believe that the Senate is now in jeopardy of staying Democratic. That's a toss-up. That's a toss-up because you have a lot of people who are upset with the Democratic Party and their policies and how they're not coming out and speaking against Biden. They're mum when it comes to Biden. And people will say, hey, we elected you, and if you don't do what we want, we will unelect you. We will vote someone else. Excuse me. Trump's influence was on full display earlier this month when the last-minute endorsement helped propel Lorna Levy, a member of the Republican National Committee who proposed abortion rights, to victory in Republican U.S. Senate primary in Connecticut over the party's endorsed candidate. Former House Minority Leader Themis Claridis supported abortion rights and said she didn't vote for Trump in 2020. A sad day for Connecticut, tweet Brenda Kupchik. The Republican first selected woman in Fairfield and a former state representative after August 9th race was called for Levy days earlier after Trump endorsed Levy on a speakerphone at a GOP picnic. Kupnick tweeted how it is helpful in the general election in Connecticut. And Trump has a lot of pull. And not only a lot of pull, he has even more pull because now people are getting peed at what's being done to him. The FBI and being let loose, and a lot is unfolding. And I personally see a Republican sweep. I just see it. The House of Representatives, I see it. I see it in Congress, the Senate, and also a Republican president. And I go as far as saying Washington, D.C. has been a Democratic city, for about, what, 40 years, maybe even longer. It wouldn't surprise me to see a Republican mayor. A lot of gentrifications going on in Washington, D.C. There's most definitely a shift in color and, color. Okay, I'll just say color. There's way more to it than that. I just want to keep it simple. So, yeah. So, I just see Republicans just popping up everywhere. Everywhere. The Democrats are messing up terribly to where now, if you go in certain cities, the crime is so terrible and they're letting things go. And the sanctuary cities and immigration, Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. You're going to lose a whole lot. You're allowing a lot to go. You're allowing a lot to happen and going unchecked. And this abortion stuff, you're going to have to walk a whole lot of things back. A whole lot, in my opinion. Especially with that 10-year-old little girl that got pregnant, or that was sexually assaulted by her mom's boyfriend, but the Democrats were too busy saying that she needed abortion, but not putting the guy in jail. It took him 3 weeks to do it. You're playing politics. In my opinion, Democrats are playing checkers, and the Republicans are playing chess. Levy, who has never before served in elective office, contends her message for controlling high inflation and energy prices, stopping government intrusion between parents and child, and addressing crime will resonate with a wide range of voters. Oh, most definitely. A similar dynamic has unfolded in liberal Maryland, where Dan Cox, a far-right Senate legislator endorsed by Trump, won the Republican primary for governor over the moderate rival backed by outgoing Republican Governor Larry Hogan. Okay. A Trump critic. And it seems like the critics are losing. The Republican critics are losing. The Democrats are losing. And the GOP is going in. And it wouldn't surprise me the far right leaning could be, I don't know, Tea Party. Just a thought. And in heavily Democratic Massachusetts, Republican voters casting ballots in the state's September 6th gubernatorial primary will choose between Geoff Diehl, a Trump-backed former state representative, and Chris Doherty, a businessman with a moderate view, a centrist Republican governor, Charlie Baker, a Trump critic, decided against seeking a third term. So, Democratic nominees in Maryland and Massachusetts are viewed as strong favorites for flip the governor's mansion in those states. So, it goes on another paragraph just talking about the rallies. And I really do see it's going to be Republican House, Republican Senate, Republican president. That's what I see. Too much is going on, and not only too much is going on, too much is not being addressed, and too many things are being swept under the rug. Okay, that's just my thoughts on it. If you think I'm wrong, please put something down in the comment section. Please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and I want to thank you for stopping by. Oh, and and I want to thank my subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate you, and those of you who are who are kind of like, push that button, subscribe, like. or even dislike. Either way, it helps the algorithm. Bye bye.